Hello, good afternoon. Let's get started on a topic you guys have been begging for. I'm not even lying. So many of you have been asking me to start covering unexpected, and I thought, let's start with Makayla. I'm always looking for new shows, and I love shows that are related to parenting, pregnancy, all that kind of good stuff. I'm a mom. I have a son who will be 7, so I'm very into that kind of stuff. I have recently become acquainted with Unexpected. I've watched almost this whole 3rd season now, so I'm all up to speed on what's been going on. And Makayla Adkins, who is one of the mothers, she was actually featured in the 1st season, came back this season and had another child. She is 19 years old. She had her son Timothy a couple years ago, and she had her daughter Gracelyn, I believe 9 months ago. She has a ex-boyfriend named Kaylin. Now, the relationship between Makayla and Kaylin has been very rocky and all over the place. If you're not familiar with this show, I'll give you a little bit of a history about Makayla. Makayla is, again, a 19-year-old girl. She grew up with her grandparents. Her mother, who is in her life but did not raise her, actually gave her parents, Makayla and her brother, to her parents when she became addicted to opioids. She had a history where I believe Makayla's father passed away, and she sort of hit rock bottom, got involved in drugs, couldn't take care of her kids, gave them to her parents. So Makayla's grandparents raised her, and it's created a lot of issues in some of her behavior because many fans believe that Grandma and Grandpa just never have told this little girl no. And Makayla can come off very entitled on the show. She seems at times on the show to be kind of petty, especially with Kaylin related to the children, particularly with Kaylin's mom related to the children. She and Kaylin are very up and down, and if she's mad at him, she will get her grandparents against him. For instance, this season, when she was pregnant, around 36 weeks, she was broken up with him, but at the same time demanding that he be in the labor room. However, she wasn't really in labor, but on the show she was going on and on and on about how he's just a terrible boyfriend because he's never there for her, and if he really wants to be there for her, she'll be at the hospital. But then on Kaylin's side is she had literally walked out on him, left him with a house, and the landlord had to come to the home to talk to him about some issues that were going on with the house, and he couldn't leave. But she didn't see it that way. She thought, I'm in labor, you need to be here. But she wasn't even in labor, you guys, not even close. And he did eventually show up, but that's kind of like how she is. Like, she'll find any single reason to sort of get mad at him. At least that's the way the editing makes it look. And then after she gave birth, or shortly before she gave birth, they all sat down for a dinner, and her grandparents and Kaylin's mom got into this humongous fight, and Kaylin's mom was very angry with the way that Makayla had handled herself, was withholding the kids from him, really just wanted things to be sort of like, cohesive, called her a spoiled brat. So naturally, when Makayla actually gave birth to her daughter Gracelyn, she was like enraged when Kaylin's mom showed up and was like really petty about it. Like, I don't want her to see my children. I don't want her to be involved with them. Was really angry when the grandmother Kaylin's mom was holding her granddaughter, and it made it really uncomfortable because for all intents and purposes, Kaylin's mom seems like a pretty good mother. She seems pretty involved. She tries to hold her son accountable. She tries to hold Makayla accountable, and I think tries to be more of like a mother figure to Makayla than her grandparents are, because Grandma and Grandpa basically just agree with whatever Makayla says. And it's created sort of this monster where I think they maybe feel responsible for the fact that Makayla was abandoned by her mother. And now instead of saying no to Makayla, they never have. And so she has this sense of entitlement that she can just have whatever she wants. Naturally, it's created a massive mess, and they broke up. And now Makayla says that she's 2 months late, okay? So they have not, according to Makayla, been in a relationship for over 2 months. So in this sort of thing, she does an update on her YouTube channel, and she says that she's 2 months late, and the photo of her is that she's like crying, right? And she says that she has been in the process over the past year trying to get off of birth control, and she wants to get an IUD. And so she was on one kind of one sort of birth control, but her body was all over the place, and she says she doesn't react very well with birth control, which she made it seem like it's a super common issue. At least that was the perception I had, but I can tell you with certainty, at least for me, that what my gynecologist has always told me is that there's so many different birth controls because hormones affect different people, and a lot of people are very sensitive to birth control. That's why there's so many different options. And so she was switching from one to another, and after she made that switch, she decided she didn't want to be on the low estrogen dose. And so she stopped that one, and she said she decided she wanted to get the IUD. And she was impatient because she wanted her period to come right away, and she wanted to get started with the IUD and get the implant so that she didn't have to worry about taking birth control or getting pregnant, because she already has 2 kids. So this whole video is like leading up to the fact that she's pregnant. Well, it turns out she's actually not pregnant. In fact, she goes to the doctor, takes a pregnancy test, it's negative, takes a home pregnancy test, it's negative, then keeps calling the doctor, and it's only been 2 months, mind you. And she goes into the doctor, and they do an ultrasound, again teasing that she's pregnant. And they go in, they look at the uterus, and apparently her uterus lining has thickened, and it's due to the what? Birth control. And what happened? Oh, the birth control caused her to stop ovulating, and her body hasn't reset its schedule. Which I was like, are you seriously making this video, Makayla? Do you not understand that birth control can completely mess up your cycle? Wow. So I went to the Mayo Clinic to just give you guys some understanding here. And it says that what happens if I stop taking birth control and my period doesn't come back? And it says, if you don't have your period for several months, you may have what's known as post-pill. I don't know how to say that word. The pill prevents your body from making hormones involved in ovulation and menstruation. When you stop taking the pill, it can take some time for your body to return to the normal production of these hormones. Your period typically resumes within 3 months after you stop taking the pill, but some women, especially those who took the pill to regulate their menstrual cycles, may not have a period for several months. If you have a period within 3 months, if you don't have it within 3 months, take a pregnancy test to make sure you're not pregnant, and then see your doctor. So basically what the Mayo Clinic says is Makayla's still in the total normal window of not having her period. Nothing. It's completely normal at this point for her not to have her period, because it can take up to 3 months, according to the Mayo Clinic, for it to reset. And if it doesn't happen after that, then it can take longer. So I'm like, is she just being like, is she over exaggerating everything? Is she being dramatic? Because she has this propensity to be so over dramatic with this. Amoria, thank you. So she's not pregnant, but since it's still only been 2 months, her doctor is going to give her progesterone to thin out her lining so that she can have her period, so that she can get her IUD implanted. It sounded to me like Makayla is really wanting to get on the IUD because she's got some hanky-panky to get on. You know, like she doesn't want to get pregnant, so she wants to get it going. Doesn't want to use that condom, I guess. I don't know. There's lots of ways to prevent pregnancy without having to get an implant IUD. So that got me sort of into the rabbit hole of Makayla, and holy crap is her YouTube channel filled with tons of nuggets. Here's some stuff that I have. So she has been talking a lot on her YouTube channel about her co-parenting relationship with her boyfriend, Kaylin. So interestingly, she actually shared a video of them co-parenting, and then she has a second video of them actually where she discusses the co-parenting. So this was from their vlog where they actually were like doing a visit with it. There's Timothy, there he is with Gracelyn, and there the two of them are. So she admits in a video from a couple days ago that she literally withheld her kids from him out of spite. Like, Like, Kaylin has been the kind of father that has been wanting to be active in his family. He has always wanted to have a relationship with his kids. He is, like, she literally kicked him out and moved out because she said that he always worked and never helped with the kids. And then she changed her story in another episode where she said, well, he was not helping me financially or emotionally. Well, and then in my mind, when I'm watching the show, I'm like, well, what is it, Makayla? Is he always working, or is he not helping you financially? Is it he's not there, or he is there? Like, Kaylin, to me, is kind of in this, like, no-win situation with her. He can't do anything right no matter what she wants. So it's probably best that they are not in a relationship. She also admits in her co-parenting video that they're in court right now to determine what they're going to do with the visitation. And she actually says that she did everything wrong. So at least she's admitting that she was being petty, because she said that she made everything worse by withholding her kids from him. She punished the kids. She punished him. And that's kind of been her MO, is she punishes the people in her life. And I don't know if that, again, is because her mother, like, let her go and abandoned her and left her with her grandparents, so she feels, like, spiteful and angry when she doesn't get what she wants. Kaylin is, like, a saint and so patient with her. I don't even know how he puts up with her sometimes, because this girl definitely has the propensity to be extremely bratty. I mean, she's 19. We were all brats at 19. But again, she's on TV and she's working through all of this bratty behavior, and then she has all these enablers encouraging the bratty behavior. So she now says that Kaylin gets to see the kids, every single Sunday for 4 hours at her house for the first 4 weeks, and then the next 4 weeks he gets unsupervised visitation by himself at his house for 4 hours. And she says they're going to be back in court, and they've agreed to a schedule for the kids, and that she would never do this again, and she would never withhold the kids from him. But I guess he had to basically go to court to get custody. And this is so common. Like, I feel like this has happened even on Teen Mom. You know, remember, like, Macy kind of, and I understand it's different, but Macy kind of did the same thing with Ryan, and other moms have kind of done that. And then the dads actually have to go and sue them for co-parenting, and then the moms get mad. But if I can say anything, whether you're in a relationship or not, young or old, and you're separating, the worst thing that you can do is to withhold a child from a parent, especially a parent that is active and a good parent and wants to be involved, because not only does it make you look terrible and it makes you look petty, but it's robbing your children of a parent, and it's creating parental alienation. It's causing a rift, and it's taking time away from them. It's just not fair. Just because you're mad at someone that you were once with in a relationship does not give you credence or the excuse to do something that would potentially harm your children. And as long as the parent is, just because you don't get along with them, if he was a good father, or he or she were a good parent, not abusive, not doing anything wrong, not involved with drugs, anything like that, as long as they're like an upstanding citizen and they were good and involved, there's literally no reason for you to withhold them if you just don't like them. That's, like, not a legitimate reason. So I'll be dribbling in more from Unexpected over the next few weeks, and I hope you will find yourself watching this show with me. It's been really a fun journey for me, and it's kind of nice to have what it was like on 16 and Pregnant, because that's kind of what Unexpected is. And if you're looking to get back to shows that actually talk about where you see the kids and you see the young parents, go to TLC, watch Unexpected, and they actually cycle through cast members. So cast members come and go, and there's actually a cast member from Unexpected that announced this week that she will be leaving the show, which I'll do a follow-up video on later. All right, see you guys tomorrow, or see you guys later today. Bye.